My name's Emma Young and I'm a glass artist working out of JamFactory in Adelaide. I think it's a pretty common story that people who get into glass blowing just stumble across it, and it happens by accident because it's so mesmerising and it's not a very common thing to come across. I did a visual art degree at the University of South Australia. In the foundation year you try all the different faculties, but then we did the hot glass class and I was like, this is pretty cool. What I really liked about glass is that it is actually quite scientific. You do need a brief and you do need to follow the instructions to make something. You know, it took a good 4 years before I could make anything that I set out to make, because it's so unpredictable and so difficult. And the other really enticing thing about being a glass blower is being part of a community, because you can't make anything by yourself. You always need to have at least one assistant. Every year you get more and more involved, and here I am, 8 years later. What inspires me? That was a big thing, a big challenge in university, because I didn't go in there with this vision of being an artist. I didn't really know what I wanted to say. I just wanted to learn how to make things, really, and I was really fascinated by the material and I thought it was really magical. Oh, it's really cool here at JamFactory. There's a viewing platform which is free for the public to access. They're just amazed at how different the final product is to the process. So many people have come into the viewing platform and have said to me, oh, I've been watching this Netflix thing about glass blowing. And that's great, because people are seeing what glass blowing is and that it's actually really tricky, and they can see that the price tag at the end actually might be worth it. There's nothing much like making something from beginning to end with your hands, and I don't think that the general public will ever forget about that either. I think not just glass blowing, but art in general, and the way that art stimulates your mind and makes you think can't be replicated, because it's a way of thinking and it's a way of approaching something, and the arts industry is quite protected from being taken over by robots. The UniSA glass department supported me in taking a class at Pilchuck, which is a glass school in Seattle. A lot of people hadn't heard of Adelaide, surprise, surprise, and so I was sort of the representative of what's Adelaide about. That really sparked this appreciation for where I'm from. So when I came back here, I made the iconic South Australian things. For my graduation work, I presented my frog cakes and my fruit choc bowls. It brought about a really fun conversation with people who saw my work. Instead of being like, oh no, it's glass, I won't go near it. It was like, oh, frog cakes! My grandma used to buy me one when I was 10 years old from the corner deli, and I remember that was our bonding time. And it came with all of these different nostalgic stories, and I love nostalgia. Then with the fruit chocs, I've developed a pretty good relationship with the company, because they're so about promoting South Australian. This watermelon motif has come about during my 2 years being a trainee at the JamFactory. So at my Nana Young's house, we would go for family barbecues, and us kids would have to take it outside because there's no eating inside the house for children. And it's sort of this representation of growth and togetherness and summer and the Australian experience. So many people have similar watermelon stories. So the watermelon is a really significant symbol, I feel. I have an upcoming solo exhibition. It's my very first one. The title of the exhibition is EYG, which is Emma Young Glass. I hope that the exhibition at Urban Cow will be something that a lot of people can relate to, and is a representation of who I am and the stories that I want to tell. If I can find some connections with other people and have them tell their stories to me, that's really what I would like to achieve.